Hello everyone and welcome. Today we are going to be building the classic Animal Crossing bus station from City Folk, and we're going to try our best to replicate it as best as we can in New Horizons using the furniture options that we have available. We're not going to be replicating it directly. We're probably going to be adding some like cool New Horizons flair, like with different types of furniture and stuff. The bus station was the thing that took you to the city to go shopping. It's where you got all of your stuff from the shops. In this game, you get just your stuff from Tom Nook or other players. There's no, there's no city that you go to shop. And I kind of miss it. So I'm going to get the nostalgic feeling back by recreating this station in New Horizons. So I hope you enjoy, and let's get started. So here we are in game. And as you can see, I cleared out this giant area right near my waterfall. And what we're going to do is build the classic Animal Crossing bus station from the game City Folk. All right, so we're going to start by building the platform from City Folk. This is where you would catch the bus. I'm going to start with a 5-wide cliff pattern. I wish I could do a lower elevation for the cliff, but unfortunately, we just have to go one up. And I'm going to use the white plank ramp because I feel like it most resembles the bus station. And then across from it, I'm going to use the museum because there was a gate in the old game that you would go through, and that's how you would link up with other players and go visit other towns. You would have to go through that gate. There isn't anything like that in New Horizons, but the museum is a really close second. So anyway, next up, what I'm going to do is, if you notice in the original, there's this giant wall that's surrounding the gate, and that's just to block you off because it's the edge of town. I kind of want to resemble that too. So what I'm going to do is make cliffs all the way up and around the museum so that it's like blocked off and you can't really see behind it, and it looks taller than the museum. I'm also going to put some trees that are just like spruce trees. This isn't really referencing the original build. There wasn't trees on the cliffs or anything that you could see visibly. It kind of just was like this giant wall. We have to change it up a little bit in New Horizons since we can't just make a giant dirt wall and expect it to, work. Yeah, so I'm just going to do a little bit of terraforming, and then we'll get to building the rest of the bus station. Okay, that looks pretty good. I like that for the landscaping. And we can see Kiki there, ominously hiding. I don't know why she's hiding from us, but okay. Yeah, so now we're going to build the actual bus station. And I've started out by laying out a path. So I'm going to finish laying out this path. And I've also customized these white stalls to have this stone pattern. And it kind of matches the silo, which is why I picked it. So this is called silo brick. And we're just gonna paint the flooring with it as well, because in the original it is a white flooring and I don't want to use another design space. So this works just as well, I think. And then another thing we can do is add some iron fencing, because there was some like iron fencing here. I think I'm gonna add 2. Boom. That looks great. And then after that, we can add an OK motor sign for the bus, like stop sign. And just turn this around. That'll glow up at night. And then in the original game, Cap'n was our bus driver. So what I'm going to do is there's these custom patterns that Guac made in my community. He made a custom stand-in for almost every character in the Animal Crossing game. So we have Cap'n over here that we can display. Boom. Get him displaying nice. He is our bus driver. And he's in his bus driver's uniform, I think, too. So that worked out great. I'm going to go finish the path now, and I'll speed through this. So I figured I could shape the path into its original design, kind of. It was just like a giant rectangle that had a little bit of feathering on the edges with stones coming out of it. Unfortunately, I can't really do that with this path, so I'm just going to have to make it a little bit square. I think it worked out okay, though. I tried to vary it a little bit at the top, so it doesn't look like a giant rectangle, but let me know in the comments if you think I could make this path any better, or if you have a better way of doing this. By the way, this path is by Denim2, wonderful creator, the original creator of the path design that you're seeing now. I also figured that we could use this brick, the silo brick staircase for a little forced perspective in our build. This is the little New Horizons flare that I was talking about. It also comes with this railing, and we'll just put a bunch of brick behind it. And yeah, that's now forced perspective a little bit. All right, what is it, Judy? All right, I don't know. That's a little weird, Judy, but all right. Sure thing. I'll take your bath towel. Here you go. Thanks. What I'm going to do now is place down some of the simple panels and silo. I thought it'd be really cool to have like some simple panels to cover the museum a bit. And they're all customized to have this pattern. So I'm just going to speed through this really quick of me putting down the simple panels. I put down some silos and wedding tables that are customized to be garden themed to kind of make the pillars that were in the original. There were just like 2 pillars on each side of the gate. So that's why I kind of did that. And I just needed the garden tables to fill the space a little bit. Right now I'm planting large cedar trees, and the reason I'm planting the large version of the cedar trees is because I want to have like a little variation in the tree heights. If you plant large trees like this, you're allowed to plant nursery fruit trees next to it, or you can plant a money tree next to it, and neither trees will grow any further. So I just grew these trees to be large, and then now I'm planting them and they won't grow anymore since there's saplings next to them. And what I'm doing now is covering the saplings because I don't really like the look of them that much with the trees. I'm going to cover them with a park bench and a park clock. And it makes sense because the clock kind of is for people who need to know the time for the bus schedule. So yeah, I'm going to put those on each side and we're looking pretty great. We are looking pretty great so far. I'm going to put some public benches outside here for people who need to wait, as well as Booker for protection. And now, finishing touches, I'm going to put some street lamps here, just because there were street lamps on the actual wall in the other game, and there are no wall street lamps, so... Now, there was a fountain on the other side of the bus station if you got it. So I figured I would put a fountain here as well. And there was iron fencing surrounding it. Unfortunately, I am very close to the beach, so I have very little room to do this. So I'm just going to make a little path here and place down the fountain with the iron fences on each side. Hopefully I have enough room to do it. It's a little bit complicated. So yeah, I'm just going to put some iron fencing here. I'm going to leave a little 1 wide gap in the middle for kind of a wishing well. And now we will take a look at the completed build. But yeah, this is just the gates that you would go through in the original game, the museum. And we got Cap'n over here, of course, who is our bus driver and building the classic Animal Crossing in New Horizons. If you guys like this video, leave it a like. I'm probably going to do the city from City Folk next, the where the bus actually takes you to. So if you guys want to see that, subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next one. Also, comment below if you want me to do anything specific. I'm probably going to do a mini episode where I do like the dump from Animal Crossing and some mini buildings that don't really warrant a full episode. So stay tuned for more, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.